go. Let's start this stream off. Yes, yes. For all of you watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, today, yes, yes. Today, we're going to be talking about a couple. Oh, shoo, I got a mosquito in my mouth, I think. For all of you watching, happy for all of you. Happy Christmas Eve for all of you. I know a lot of you are probably working. And for all of you that aren't working, congratulations, you have taken the day off. Or if you haven't taken the day off, well, you're probably doing something that's very special. I know many people do celebrate today, and they don't celebrate tomorrow as much as today. I do know, if you can hear the music in the music in the background is actually, I'm in Miami, and people in Miami, they be partying for anything. They like to party for anything, and I do recommend for some of you, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already picked up your coffee, pick up the coffee, or drank some coffee, drink it up. Today, I'm going to be doing some morning coffee talk, 10 out of 10 Christmas talk. And before anything, I was doing this one earlier. Let me light this up. Oof. Yes. I'm doing a big boy. I'm doing a big boy today. A big boy. For all of you that are new here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, for some of you, I do know that a lot of you tend to watch because you like to know about whiskey content. Well, guess what? I got some whiskey content for all of you, too. You know what it is? End of the year. End of the year as a YouTube creator, everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know the whiskey of the year. We're going to talk about that, too. Let's talk about Christmas time, and let's talk about the stogie of the day. My big boy doing my big boy stogie of the day. Also, coffee. Doing my Bustelo. Bustelo is Cuban coffee, so if you don't know, a lot of sugar, and that beautiful Bustelo coffee. That's the sugar. You see the sugar on the side? Without that sugar, you got nothing, my friends. Hit that like button, and let's start off the stream correctly. For all of you, doing a thick boy. This one's a very thick. This one's about 6 by 64. 6 by 64. And for all of you, 6 by 64. Yes, big boy. Let's take a nice puff. Oof. Outstanding. Anyways, the point of the matter is, hey, Christmas time is near. Does it feel like Christmas to some of you? I don't know officially if it feels like Christmas to me. It doesn't feel like Christmas. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen any decorations. By the way, we're going to be drinking purified water from Publix. Shout out to Publix. I haven't felt the need to really tell you guys Christmas spirit all around. I haven't felt it. And we haven't been doing any streams about Christmas. I do believe Christmas is a great holiday. My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, and I know many of you do know that my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. But let's talk about it real quick, okay? And for all of you that are still at work, cheers to all of you that are still at work. Here we go, one puff for you, and we're going to have a little bit of coffee for you. We're going to talk till some of you officially can't no more. Hit that like button. Let's do it over here. Shout out to all of you, big boy. Anyways, man, Christmas. What do I have to say about Christmas? It's a beautiful holiday back in the days, but it just transformed into something that it's not anymore. I don't know how to explain it. Hello, everybody. Hello, world. Yes, yes, I come from the USA. For some of you watching, shout out to the USA. Hit that like button if you like the USA. Hit that like button if you like the USA. We're gonna be talking about whiskeys too, also. But I have to take a little coffee break here. Cheers, to all of you. Shout out to my chat room. Hopefully, some of my moderators aren't working and they're in the chat room today. Today, I will be cooking. I plan on cooking some ham later on for all of you today. You can stay tuned for that one. It's going to be later on, not on this stream. It's going to be on the next stream, which will be in the afternoon. Check that out. I will be doing some ham. Now, what kind of ham? Sweet ham. I'm doing some honey ham. I'm going to do it on the barbecue. Now, the barbecue we have over there, if you see it, that barbecue over there, right? My barbecue over there. That's not the one we're doing. We're doing one on the side. I have two barbecues. And for all of you, anything that I show on the stream, it's a must-buy. Wild Turkey must-buy. Kearney H. Taylor must-buy. Blanton must-buy. Yingling must-buy. You need a flag? Must-buy. Get a flag, right? For all of you, coffee must-buy. Ashtray. You get a nice, beautiful ashtray. Shout out to DDLD in the chat room. I do know DLD in the chat room. He's going to be, for some of you that live in Delco, your local Delco shopping mall, he will be the Santa Claus at your local shopping mall. So if you see him in the chat room, his name is the DDLD. He's going to be taking photos. If you have a dog, a Chihuahua, if you have a baby, he's going to be taking photos with your baby mama, whoever it is. And I will say for some of you, DDLD will be working. He will be working that overtime, right? Shout out to all the Santa Clauses today working hard. I know there's a lot of Santa Clauses today working hard. HOS should be the mall. I think it's HOS, I believe stands for, he says HOS stands for Hill of Shopping Center. I think that's what it is. That's a shopping center that he will be in. Hill of Shopping Center. This is like a plaza. So he should be by the food court. He should be by the food court taking photos with any of you. I think it's a discount today. Discount because he's going to be overtime, $20 for a photo. Anyway, shout out to DDLD in the chat room. Let's not talk about other people in the chat room. DDLD has a channel. His channel is all about Disney. I visited Disney yesterday, and I do want to tell some of you, if you haven't visited Disney, there's a place called Epic. I went yesterday to go visit Disney. Why did I go visit Disney? Well, it's not Disney, it's Orlando. I went to go to Orlando yesterday. Oh, there we go. DDLC says, right next to the Popeyes and the food court. Okay, so he's going to be, DLD's going to be taking photos with all of you. He's going to be dressed up as the ghetto Santa Claus. No white beard, just a salt beard, salt and pepper beard. He should be over there next to the Popeyes and the food court of what is it, Hill of the Shoppings in Delco. Point of matter is, for all of you, I visited Orlando yesterday. It was such an expensive experience. If you are officially one of these people out here, that want to go to Orlando, don't go to Orlando unless you go to check out Epic. Epic is one of the new theme parks, I believe. I don't know how long they've been open, but I went to go visit them yesterday. There's a couple rides that I went to go visit for, but I'm going to say that Harry Potter World sucks big time. The best in Epic is the Super Nintendo Park in the Epic Park. Point of the matter is, I have no idea what I'm saying. All I know is, if you do go to Orlando Epic, Super Nintendo, the most craziest, beautiful looking place. I wish I could smoke a stogie over there. It's beautiful, very beautiful. Super Mario Park, the Donkey Kong Park, beautiful. And then there's another one that was beautiful, Donkey Kong Yoshi. The Yoshi one, beautiful. And if you're wondering how the heck you went to Orlando and you came back, because when I go do my tours, I take my tours on YouTube. And where did I go? I went to YouTube, Adventures channel. Go visit Adventures channel. She's one of our ranches in our chat room. I was able to go watch and see the whole theme park. Go visit Adventures channel. She did post it up yesterday. I believe it was an hour long or 40-minute video. Shows you the Epic Park, which I will not go. I will not go visit. I'll only go visit if it's under some of your YouTube channels. Like obviously, Adventures is a ranch here, and she has a YouTube channel. And kudos to her for making the video. Shout outs to her for making a video. So, for all of you, if you're into Christmas, Epic would be a good place to go to. I just don't go to it's called the Dark Universe. I learned this, Dark Universe in Epic Park. I don't recommend any of you to go to Epic. Just save. And by the way, another thing I learned yesterday by visiting Epic, the Epic Park, always go to the Express, buy the extra. The Express pass is going to be $300. Pay the extra money because you will save a lot of time. She saved a total of about, I think it was 4 hours or 3 hours. No, 2 hours. I think 2 hours and a half she saved. And I would recommend some of you if you go to Orlando, which I am from Florida, Miami. I don't go to Orlando because that's just not my thing. Over here, Joanne. Thank you so much, Joanne, for the $1 super chat. Hey, Joanne, you're looking good in the photo. Keep that dark hair and those dark glasses with those dark lipsticks. Looking amazing, real good. And for some of you, look, I'm just going to say this for a lot of you. Christmas time, it just doesn't feel like Christmas time. Gotta be quite honest with some of you. It doesn't feel like Christmas time. I haven't seen a Christmas tree all month long. I haven't seen a Christmas tree. And I'm starting to wonder, is Gen Z going to be celebrating Christmas in the future? I don't know if Gen Z is going to be celebrating Christmas in the future. Now that I'm thinking about it, if you haven't noticed, in the last decade, Halloween has little by little just faded off. There's other holidays that have faded off little by little. And Christmas, to me, I feel like it's fading off little by little by little. Every year, I feel like Christmas is fading off. Right? Christmas spirit isn't, honestly, personally, I'm just going to say this. The Christmas spirit is built off one person, Jesus Christ. It shouldn't be built off Santa Claus. And I know many of you, maybe you're not religious, or maybe you're religious. We don't want to go down that path or politics, but the point of the matter is Christmas was made because Jesus Christ was born. And for some of you that don't believe it, well, so be it. If you don't believe it, so be it. It's okay. The point of the matter is Santa Claus has been something that has been brought to the American spirit, and it has rejuvenated every brand, every company. It has literally injected a lot of money in every company, beer companies, clothing companies, you name it, right? Everything, advertising's everything, even sports. And I think that's amazing. The spirit is amazing. The spirit of Christmas is amazing. The point of the matter is, Santa Claus has always been, yes, somebody says marketing. Santa Claus has always been a marketing scheme. And I can say officially, I think some people don't realize that we are actually celebrating, yes, we're celebrating the birth of Christ, Jesus Christ. Anyways, the more I talk about that, the crazier I get, because I don't think the future is going to be with Gen Z with this holiday. I don't think that the future is going to be left with this holiday. And what am I going to try and say? Gen Z, I don't think Gen Z, when they grow up, are going to be celebrating Christmas. That's my personal opinion. Just like I gave you a personal opinion about Bitcoin. I told you guys Bitcoin when it was 16,000. I told you guys Bitcoin when it was 15,000. I told you guys XRP when it was under 50 cents. I told you guys about silver. I told you about gold. I told you about Tesla. I told you about the stock Tesla. I told you about Chipotle. I told you guys about the stock Netflix. I told you how Netflix was going to move and change throughout the decade of how it's going to change, and it has changed, right? Hasn't it changed? Yes, it has. But I'm not here to be Nostradamus. I'm here to talk about Christmas Eve talk, right? Today is the one special day that here in Miami, everybody leaves work early. Now, I don't know if some of you, like DDL, by the way, huge shout out to Manny, one of my ranches. I think it's my only ranch in the chat room. I think everybody else is sleeping or doing things. Shout out to Joanne. I have a feeling that today is going to be one of those days that I'm going to hear more music out of everybody's homes than any other year. In 2025, it has been a roller coaster of a roller coaster of a roller coaster. There's a lot of things that have been going on in 2025. Here in the USA, I'm going to say one thing I have to focus on in the next couple of days is what to make whiskey of the year. Now, as you all seen, we are a whiskey channel, but I like to put stogies and I like to put other things on here. I like to cook for all of you, and I like to give you a good, entertaining live stream. The point of the matter is, on YouTube and on Instagram, there's a trend, and it's always a trend at the end of the year. What is the best whiskey that you should be putting in your list? And for some of you, I'm just going to say it like this. I have come to realize it isn't the best whiskey that you think is the best whiskey. I think the whiskey that should be the best whiskey of the year for any of you is the whiskey bottle that you have drank over and over and completely drank up all the whiskey of a certain bottle. If you are into whiskey, I don't care how much money you have in your bank account, if you're a millionaire, a multimillionaire, if you're a middle class or you're a lower class, the best whiskey of the year should always be, and I'm going to say it, I'm the only one on YouTube that's going to say it right now, the whiskey of the year should be the whiskey that you drink on that certain year the most. And to me, I have thought about that, and I have thought about it very hard today. And I have to finally say, there's two bottles that I can say in 2025, to me, are probably the best and have to be deniably the best because I always go back to it in this year, and it was released this year. And one of the bottles that I have to say is actually on the stream. That bottle, I finished that bottle. I was probably one of the first ones to finish that bottle, Wild Turkey 8 year, this year in America when it was released. It was released, and I was the first one, I think, to drink it completely. And I also mixed it with a lot of things. I mixed it with cocktails. I drank it neat. I drank it on ice. I drank it with Coca-Cola. That bottle over there is literally the bottle that I have on the stream. But there's another bottle that is the whiskey of the year, right? We can't say that this is the bottle that's whiskey. This is one of them. And I have to say, it doesn't have to be a $200 or $300 bottle. A whiskey of the year has to be the bottle that you feel is the best bottle of the year. It can't be the bottle that you drink one time or two times and say it's the best bottle of the year. I do know there's a lot of people on Instagram, suckers, there's a bunch of suckers on Instagram, and a bunch of suckers on YouTube that feel that one sip, two sips is the best whiskey of the year. It shouldn't be like that. To me, on this channel, we do talk about transparency, and we do try to show you a little bit different, better ideas than anybody else. And I have to only say, the Reaper have officially, let me take a puff. The Reaper is here to tell you that one of the bottles that I can say should be maybe in the mix. Maybe should be this one, but it's not going to be this one, right? Why is it not going to be this one? Well, I drank this one, yes, but it's not going to be this one because there's just so much better whiskeys out there. This is a great whiskey. No doubt it's a great whiskey, right? It just got released this year. No doubt it's a great whiskey. And the people that say it's no good, people that say this bottle's no good are the people that they're comparing this to a $300 or $400 bottle. You can't compare whiskeys like this to a $300 or $400 bottle. You just cannot do that, right? So there's a reason why this is not whiskey of the year. First off, there's just other bottles that to me should be classified as whiskey of the year, right? Now that I said that, that bottle, deniably, I have to put it, and I'm just going to say it right here. I've been thinking about it today. I have to probably put it in the number 2 spot. Might be the number, no, it's not going to be the number 1. But I have to put that one in the number 2 spot. Why do I have to put Wild Turkey 8 year at number 2? Because nobody talks about it and nobody cares to talk about it because everybody wants the views and everybody wants a whiskey bottle that it's high high on that hype. And I'm here to say, I don't think it's something that we should be talking about. If something's super hype, there's a reason why a leader's a leader. There's a reason why a president's a president. There's a reason why the alpha's an alpha. It's just what it is. You just say what it is out of your head. And I personally think for some people, the people on YouTube, on Instagram, they want to bloat and show their expensive bottles. I have expensive bottles inside. I'm just going to say it like this. Bomb Burgers is great. Bomb Burgers, whiskey of the year. Can it be? It can't be. Reason why it can't be, because a lot of you can't buy it. And it's good, but I haven't drank all the bottle to the point that I want to go back to the bottle. You understand? Whiskey of the year should be, undeniably, the bottle that you pick up the most. Whiskey of the year should be the bottle that you officially want to go back to the store and find another bottle. Whiskey of the year should be the bottle that you want to buy a whole box of, not just a backup bottle. Whiskey of the year is going to be and should always be the bottle that you want to tell your friends, try this, and you're not worried that the price is too crazy. Okay, you guys already know we're #1 channel for a reason. It doesn't matter how many subscribers there anybody has. Somebody else might have 100,000 subscribers. No big deal. I mop them up. Why do I mop them up? Because I'm not here selling you a dream like other channels are. I'm here selling you the facts, and the facts are, if you want a whiskey of the year, every one of you has a different whiskey of the year. Each one of you in the chat room today has a different whiskey of the year. The whiskey of the year that should be your whiskey of the year should officially be the one that you drank the most. Now, I'm going to say this. For all of you. This over here, the gold, is beautiful, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Amazing. We just opened up 2025 Blanton's Gold. You saw me open up a Blanton's Gold. But this is not the whiskey of the year, even though it is amazing. It's outstanding. It's ridiculous. Super, super good, right? This one is outstanding, really good. But the 2025 is honestly just insanely, insanely good. It's outstanding, outstanding. But I can't put this in the whiskey of the year. Gold, I can't put gold in whiskey of the year. Why can't I put gold? Blanton's Gold. Because it's a single barrel. Not only is it a single barrel, why I can't put it? Another reason why, which I kind of can say that single barrels can still be a whiskey of the year, but I can't put Blanton's Gold whiskey of the year because I just haven't drank the whole bottle. I haven't wanted to go back. You understand? One thing is the price. The price is something that should really affect some of you mentally. And if you're ever to the point that you pick up a bottle, like any bottle you pick up, and it's expensive. Say, for example, you pick up a $200 bottle, and you say, "Man, this is insanely good." If you can't drink that for the next week or the next other week after that because you don't want to touch it because it's too expensive, that ain't the whiskey of the year, my friends. That's a trophy. That's a trophy, and a trophy is not a whiskey of the year. To me, I'm just going to say that. Trophy isn't a whiskey of the year. A trophy is a trophy. So, to start off the stream by telling you and bloating, is that the word I'm using, right? Bloating. I have to say that whiskey right there, Wild Turkey 8 year of 2025, the American release, for America, because this was released some other places around. Canada used to have this one. Europe used to have this one. In America, that bottle over there has to go to the #2 spot. I can't say that I can find my empty bottle. Maybe I can. Wait a minute. Whoa, there we go. There's the empty bottle. There's the empty bottle. And it's an empty bottle. Yes, it is. The moment anybody out there, an influencer out there, tells you The whiskey of the year is whiskey of the year, and they have an empty bottle. That is the whiskey of the year. Okay, for some of you, man, I just love these mornings, right? These morning talks. Oof. Christmas Eve. Is this a Christmas for some of you? Yes. Best believe it. If you have an empty bottle, that means it is the whiskey of the year. If you drank a whole bottle already and it took you long enough, how many months did it take me? I think it took me for this one, give or take. I think Manny in the chat room knows. I think it's either 3 months or 2 months it took me to drink it because I don't drink hard. We drink on the stream, and that's about it. I don't drink before the streams. I don't drink in the mornings. I don't drink after the streams. Yes, I don't drink after the streams. I don't make videos and drink while I'm doing videos. I don't do that, just like some other people do. I don't do that. Or whiskeys that we consume on these streams. Shout out to all of you that love whiskey content. Maybe 2 months. Okay, so it took me 2 months to drink this Wild Turkey 8-year. Best bottle of the year, one of them. And I'm going to say the other one main bottle of the year, I have it inside, and I'm going to present it to you. I think I'm going to present it to you today. Today on the live stream, I think I'm going to have to present to you the whiskey of the year. I know many of you are looking forward to the whiskey of the year of everybody's, right? Every YouTube creator, every Instagram influencer. The real thing is, if they don't have an empty bottle, you don't got the whiskey of the year. You're just talking out of your butt. Or I could say you're talking out of your ass, right? That's what it is. Cheers, all of you. Let's drink this up. Cheers, all of you. Let's drink this up. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this pretty proudly. Let me see if I find the other one. Okay, there's 2 bottles here. And yes, they're both empty. But here's the thing. I can't put that one whiskey of the year. That one's fantastic. Outstanding. One of the best things, probably the best bottle that Buffalo Trace puts out. Okay, I can't put this in whiskey of the year. Why can't I put this whiskey of the year? Because, well, it's not going to be considered a whiskey of the year because, well, and yes, I have an empty bottle, but this bottle's from, I think it's from 2000, I don't remember what year, 2020, 2023. When it comes to this bottle, this bottle has been around for a long time. When it comes to kosher, it's not kosher, this bottle. This bottle's not kosher. But they release every year about November, around November, Buffalo Trace releases a good amount of these into the public. About summertime to November, they release a large amount of these because, well, in that year, they're kosher. Once it comes around the corner of after Hanukkah, it's not kosher anymore, right? The point of the matter is I can't put this one to be a whiskey of the year, and I can never put it a whiskey of the year because they're just not going to be like that, right? This was released a long time ago, and every year they release more juice of them. What you have to understand, right? There's bottles out there that are really, really good. You just can't classify every bottle to be a whiskey of the year. Now, I did show you Old Fitzgerald. I did show you obviously yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday I showed you some of the whiskeys out there. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. What is it called? Old Forester. Old Forester releases some releases. But the thing is, when it comes to whiskey of the year, it has to be the release of that 1 year. So, if you ever see anybody say that the whiskey of the year is, say, for example, whiskey of the year is, I'm going to say let me see, any other bottle out here? I don't have any other empty bottle. I mean, I guess I do have. You can't say this is a whiskey of the year, right? You can't say it because it got released a long time ago. And this one is 2020. What batch is this one? I think it's 20. Is that 2025? Anyways, no, this is not 2025. This is the older one. The point of the matter is, you see what I'm trying to say? You can't make a whiskey of the year a whiskey that wasn't released on this certain year, right? Pure Kentucky got released a long time ago, and that's just what it is. But this is definitely, I'm just going to say this. This is definitely going to be a top whiskey of the year, and I'm going to have to put this one in the number 2 spot because it's so accessible. It's such a good release. And we already, I mean, as you can see, I'm already drinking another bottle. It's really good. It's everything a Wild Turkey bottle should be. Not only the best thing about this is that it's accessible. I know a lot of you want to get expensive bottles and stuff like that, rare bottles. It's not always about that, right? It's not always about that. Most of the time, it's about just the best release of the year. And for some of you, I hope you understand that. I'm going to put this away because it looks better without it on the screen. Too messy, right? I can't wait to show you guys the whiskey of the year. I think some of you kind of have an idea what the whiskey of the year is going to be. But maybe you don't. Now, talking about other things that aren't whiskey. Talking about other things that aren't whiskey, man. Let me just say this. For all the ladies that have been hanging out on the mainstream, you guys are amazing. All the ladies have been hanging out on the mainstream. All of you ladies, amazing for hanging out on the mainstream. Today I'm going to be doing some ham. So I have to officially go look for ham soon. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a good piece of ham, right? Put it on the barbecue. We're going to smoke it up a little bit, but not too much. Christmas Eve is a day, for some of you that do not know, around the world, is a day, the night time before Christmas. Tomorrow's the main day, which one of the main things here in the USA, everybody, I mean, I think everybody does, the Macy's Parade in the morning. That is one of the main things that everybody likes to watch. Also, football. Football's another main thing that everybody likes to watch in Christmas time. If you're a man, if you're not watching football, I don't know what to tell you. But football's another main thing that everybody watches. Shout out to the USA. Everybody watches here in America. Another thing, too, for some of you, there's a lot of you that watch Christmas movies during Christmas mornings. And I believe that's a thing that a lot of Americans do. I do know one of the Christmas, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's one of the Christmas morning movies that usually is on TV. Or the other one with the kid that almost shot his eye out. Forgot the name of it. Christmas Tale, I think it is, something like that. I usually play it every year. And it's a thing that has just always been the tradition here in the USA. I know a lot of people like I think my neighbor is new to America. So I don't know if they're really in tune with some of the things that people here in the USA do. But everybody does something different. I do know that during this time of year here in America, one of the main things that a lot of people tend to do here in America, a lot of people like to do, what's the thing that they like to do? Turkey. Turkey is one of the main things that they like to do here in America. And to me, I don't know if everybody wants to go back. I don't know if everybody wants to go back to, what is it called? Thanksgiving. But I'm going to say this. If everybody wants to go back to Thanksgiving, go back to Thanksgiving. Doing turkey on Christmas Eve or Christmas? I don't know, man. I don't know. I could say to me, I think Christmas or Christmas Eve, a nice pork with some ham, that's nice. A good steak, that's nice. I don't know if I'm about the turkey anymore on Christmas Eve or Christmas. I don't know. Maybe next year. But somebody in the chat room says smoked turkey. A lot of people do that Christmas time. I don't know if I'm about to do that today or tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do turkey, and I don't think I'm going to ever do turkey again for Christmas. But I do know that for some of you, each one of you has a different thing to do. Fried turkey all day. Shoo! Who said fried turkey? Fried turkey. Ooh, fried turkey. I don't know about fried turkey, man. Fried turkey. I don't think I've ever had fried turkey. I had fried chicken. Cheers, Holsby. Drink a sip. I don't even think I've ever had fried turkey. I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't even know if I've ever had fried turkey. I mean, yeah, I don't think I've ever had fried turkey. Isn't that like a low budget meal? Isn't that a low budget meal? Fried turkey? I think so. On the stogie that I'm doing today, I dropped the stogie on the floor, and I also, by accident, I cut a little bit before the cap. So if you cut before the cap, you know what happens, and it starts unraveling, and that's one of the main things that I messed up on with this one. I dropped it on the floor. I dropped it on the floor, and then I cut it before the cap. There's always a cap on the stogie. Never cut before the cap, because then you're going to have issues with the wrapper. Over here, Manny says that peanut oil is expensive as heck. I don't know if I ever used peanut oil. Peanut oil, man, holy crap. I'm just going to say that, holy crap. Peanut oil, oof. Peanut oil, man, I don't even know. Last time I had peanut oil was in Five Guys. You guys ever had Five Guys before? Five Guys is it's a burger joint. They sell burgers over there for like $50 a burger. Five Guys is a place called a burger joint. And for some of you, this is a lighter. I know people always ask, is this a JBL? No, it's a lighter. Look at that, lighter. It's a what is it? What is it called? Four piston. I think AM knows in the chat room what that means. I think a four piston or whatever they call it. It's a beautiful lighter, beautiful lighter. You could set the different pressure points over here just by moving it. I do recommend a lot of you to buy this. I was given this as a gift from one of our great subscribers, members. His name is Tater Dom. Shout out to Tater Dom. He gave me this in one of the Christmases. And I'm very, very happy and thankful for each and every one of you that always sends me a little appreciation or something. The only people that can send me stuff are the people that have wrenches. If you have a wrench, you can send me anything you want to. Only people that can send me stuff are the people with wrenches. But for some of you, let me drink the rest of the coffee. Bustelo coffee. Bustelo coffee. Let me see what time it is. Ripper Crew, you know what time it is? Yes, you know what time it is. When the move on. It is officially about 12:45. 12:45. And I do know for some of you, it's almost party time for some of you. Tomorrow I plan to wake up early and start a beautiful, beautiful day. Yes, this is not. We always wear watches on the stream. I have a lot of watches that I like to wear, and I don't condone of any of you buying Rolex unless it's under 12,000. Rolex is not a piece to be buying and investing. You're gonna lose a lot of money when it comes to Rolex. To buy a buyer for your watch, it's very hard. It's not as easy as you might think unless you have an expensive Rolex. Even if an expensive Rolex, still you're going to lose money. Some of the watches not to buy. Some of the watches not to buy for some of you. I know it's Christmas time, so you guys are looking for watches. Don't buy an Invicta. Here's one. Don't buy an Invicta. Don't buy a Seiko. Well, time out, time out. Let me repeat. Seiko, it's okay. Don't buy an Invicta. Don't buy Breitling. Don't buy an Invicta. Don't buy Breitling, and don't buy Hubla. Hubla. Don't buy Hubla. Okay, don't buy Hubla. Those are three watches not to buy. Don't buy a Hubla. Don't buy Invicta, and don't buy a Breitling. You're gonna lose your money. All your money you're gonna lose. Don't buy a brand new Omega either. If you're looking into watches, always buy a used Omega. Never buy a new Omega, okay? Never buy a new Omega unless you're one of these guys. One of these guys that just, you know what? I gotta have everything new. Some things you just don't want new because they're pretty much already new, right? A lot of watches that people resell, they're new already. People don't use watches. They keep them, they store them, they invest them, right? But I wear watches to wear them because I need to know the time, especially when I'm driving. I need to know when I'm going to get to the certain. I need to know my ETA all the time. I need to know my ETA every time, every day. ETA of a shower. Need to know my ETA of the shower. I need to know my ETA in anything, everything and everything. And for some of you, shout outs to some of you watching. Huge shout outs to all of you that are watching, right? And for some of you, Christmas, does it feel like Christmas in the poll? I did put a poll in the chat room. Does it feel like Christmas to some of you? I want to know the honest answer. I want to know the honest answer for some of you. Does it feel like Christmas? In the poll, we have 86 votes. Does it feel like Christmas? Does it feel like Christmas? Because I don't feel the Christmas spirit out here. I don't feel the Christmas spirit. I haven't seen a Christmas tree. Haven't seen Christmas decorations. I haven't seen a blimp. Usually Christmas time I see the blimp that says Merry Christmas. I haven't seen a blimp. I haven't seen a dolphin today. Usually I see dolphins or manatees in the ocean. Haven't seen a manatee, dolphin in the ocean. I haven't seen a shark. Haven't seen a barracuda. I mean, where the turtles at? Haven't seen no turtles. Does it feel like Christmas? I haven't seen a deer. I haven't seen snow. Thank the Lord I haven't seen snow. Snow is the most horrible thing. God damn. Snow is the most horrible thing you can ever wish to see. All the women in this world, oh, I want to see snow. I want to see snow. You don't want to see snow, my lady. You don't want to see snow. Why? I don't want to see snow. Snow is gonna get your coochie frozen, your ears frozen, your feet frozen, your lips are gonna get chapped up. Snow has got to be the worst thing ever. Worst thing ever, other than a volcano. Volcanoes, horrible, horrible things. I don't even know why volcanoes should exist. Volcanoes, horrible things. Volcanoes, holy crap. Anybody that lives in Hawaii, it's so beautiful to see a volcano, right? Cool, so beautiful. When you get close to a volcano, not so much. Snow has to be one of the most worst things you can see. God, it's so bad. Frozen, 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 frozen. You can't even drink, right? So if you go if you're trying to drink something outside the house and it's snowing, you open this up, it's gonna freeze. It's gonna freeze. Okay, you can't even drink your pop. You can't even drink your soda outside of the house. You can't drink your soda outside the house. And the worst thing about snow, I used to play football. I used to play football in the snow. Playing football in the snow has to be, honestly, one of the most painful things. Every time you get hit, every time you get hit in the snow, it feels like a bunch of needles. It feels like a bunch of needles just hitting you. If you're playing football in the snow or you're playing in the snow, you get tackled, you feel like you got tackled by a bunch of needles. It's not a good feeling. Honestly, I don't know how to explain it to some women because some women just want to see snow and they want to be around snow. Get hit with a snowball and you let me know. Get hit with a snowball. You let me know. You let me know officially how you feel. All right? You let me know how you feel. Just like the person in the chat room. I had to throw a snowball at the person in the chat room. Somebody out here in the chat room says that they're farting. Congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. For all of you watching, ladies and gentlemen, today officially is Christmas Eve. And if you guys ever want to ruin a Christmas, one personal thing I would suggest some of you not to do: don't eat heavy things the day before you have some, right? By the way, for somebody, Anthony, thank you so much, Anthony, for adding appreciation on the stream. In Christmas time, the day before Christmas, don't go heavy on your eating. Okay, you don't want to be having stomach aches. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to have a stomach ache on Christmas Day. I remember one time when I was younger, I had the shits. I had the shits. When I was younger, I had the shits. I had the shits when I was younger. Shout out to Anthony. Thank you so much, Anthony. Christmas! He says, Christmas! He said, look, some of you probably are alone at Christmas time. Sometimes peace is better. Peace is better than no peace. Right? One time I had the shits. I was a young kid. I don't know, teenager, I think it was. And my parents were going to, they were going up north to West Palm Beach, right? West Palm Beach. And I was in the car and I had the shits. Worst Christmas experience of Christmas. I had the shits and I had to tell them to go faster. They didn't want to go faster because they were going 80 miles per hour. But I told them to go faster. I'm gonna shit in their brand new car. They didn't go faster, and I had to hold my load. The point of the matter is, if some of you ever have anything for Christmas or Christmas Eve, don't eat a lot. Okay, if you're going to visit family, if you're going to visit a family Christmas, don't eat a lot before. Don't get a stomach issue. Just don't eat. Unless you're there to the party. Don't eat till you get to the party. Okay, don't eat McDonald's, don't eat Burger King, don't eat Taco Bell, don't eat Checkers, don't eat fast food, and don't eat chocolate. Okay, unless you're gonna eat chocolate at home when you get home, don't eat chocolate. Don't eat ice cream, don't drink milk. What other things can I say? Just be careful with Christmas Eve, man. Be careful with Christmas Eve. You never know, man. You had to pull over one day in the streets. You gotta let one out in the grass. You gotta let a log out in the grass. Then somebody that you know takes a photo of you and you turn viral. You're turning viral. You're the dude in Christmas Eve that just had to pull over and everybody's going viral. The photo that you're on the side looking like with that ugly sweater. I don't know how many of you wear ugly sweaters. Ugly sweaters are so ugly. Ugly sweaters are so ugly. You have to pay me. You can't pay me $50. You can't pay me $200. Ugly sweaters, holy Lord. Ugly sweaters. How many of you out there wearing ugly sweaters today or tomorrow? Who forced you to do that? Who forced some of you to wear the ugly sweaters? Oof. Who forced you? Look, I'm knocking stuff out. Who forced some of you? Shout out to all of you. Merry Christmas or all, any of you. I know some of you turn off your social media in Christmas Eve. How many of you force you to wear ugly sweater? Man, I'm going to say that. Anybody out there wearing an ugly sweater and you're not getting paid big bucks, you know what? I'm going to look at you a little bit different. I saw last week I saw a guy wearing an ugly sweater. His Santa Claus, the face of Santa Claus looked like, it didn't even look like Santa Claus. It looked like he was wearing, what was it? It looked like he was wearing a Christmas Joe Biden sweater. That's what it looked like. It was a skinny Santa Claus on his sweater. The reindeer didn't even look like a reindeer. The reindeer looked like on his ugly sweater. The reindeer looked like Pinocchio on four legs. Like Pinocchio on four legs. The Christmas tree didn't even look like a Christmas tree. Ugly sweater, obviously it's supposed to be ugly, but the Christmas tree didn't even look like a Christmas tree on his sweater. The Christmas tree looked like a little kid just made a little decoration, drew it on, and just put it all over the sweater. Ugly, super ugly, man. Super ugly. And the colors, ooh, the colors. The colors look like a Milky Way. You're just biting a Milky Way. Brown, black, brown, teal, and a little bit of green, red. Oh, man, that thing was ugly. Ugly Christmas tree. Ugly Christmas tree. Ugly Christmas everything. Ugly sweater. I hope he won the I hope he won. He probably did win the ugly sweater contest, man. Holy crap! I wonder how much they pay at those work events. Haven't been to a work event in God knows how. What is it? A decade already. A work meeting. What is it? Work meeting. I don't even know what to call it. Work meeting. I don't remember last time what was it? Dunkin'. That's what they bring all the time. Dunkin' Donuts. Man, I'm so sick and tired of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. They bring Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I don't drink that stuff. Anyways, look, I'm going too far to the deep end. Okay, I'm going too far to the deep end. For some of you, I just want to say this. I hope you have a great Christmas for any of you that are here watching. I also want to say today is officially 12/24/2025. This year has gone by quick, very quick. And for some of you, if you're officially one of these people that are going to be with family, if I can tell you one thing to wear around your family, wear the ugliest shirt you can. Because if you wear the ugliest shirt you can, you get picked on. And what's the best thing to get picked on when you're getting picked on in a family dinner? Chaos. Yes, chaos is the best thing. In a family dinner, chaos is the best thing possible. Nobody wants a little sweet talk. Nobody wants a little bit of sweet talk. Chaos. In Thanksgiving, fantastic. Chaos and Christmas dinner, fantastic. Nobody wants to talking sweet. Oh, how was your work? Oh, my work was amazing. I've been getting a paid. I've been getting a bonus, and it feels amazing. I love the fact that everybody treats me good. Oh, that's boring talk. Chaos and Christmas is fantastic. Everything. Moving around, moving the salad, moving the potato salad. I haven't had potato salad. I don't even know why I said moving around all the condiments. Move around all the festivity things, gifts. Oh, chaos is outstanding. I like that feeling of a Christmas chaos. Such a good feeling, doesn't it? Anyways, for some of you, happiness is happiness. Happiness is what it is, what you feel, huh? I hope you have a great Christmas. And for some of you, I'm going to say this. I'm going to light this up again after the stream, and I'm going to finish up my coffee. On this stream, I put out a poll, and the poll says, does it feel, wigwag, I see wigwag. It says, does it feel like Christmas? 60% of you says no. 40% of you says yes. So we had 103 votes on this stream, the morning stream, the 52 minutes in. I will say, it just doesn't feel like Christmas, and I think from here point on, I don't feel like the next. I don't want to be. I don't want to be negative, Nancy. I don't want to be a negative, Nancy. But I don't feel like some of the Christmases that we're going to have in 10 more years are going to be the same as we are here now. For all of you watching, if there's something positive out of this stream, remember, it doesn't matter what whiskey anybody tells you is the whiskey of the year. The whiskey of the year is the whiskey that you feel is the whiskey that you drank the most this year. That should be the whiskey of the year. The whiskey that you feel that you have drank the most this year. If it is, some of you, if it is the whiskey of the year that you want to say, maybe Jack Daniel's Blueberry, so be it. That is your whiskey of the year. It doesn't mean that's everybody's. That's your whiskey of the year, and everybody should have their own whiskey of the year. So all of you, just know that, okay? Everybody should have their own whiskey of the year. There isn't one person that's going to say it. There's not one person in this world that should say what whiskey, not even Donald Trump, not even AOC, not even the King Tut, not even just, I was going to say the Queen of England. Not even the Queen of England can say what the whiskey of the year is. The whiskey of the year is the whiskey that you have drank, you like, you drank a whole bottle of, you enjoy, and the whiskey of the year should be the bottle that you feel is more special to you because of the flavors and because you just want to always go back to it. It is the whiskey that has been released this year, 2025. It can't be released in 2019. It can't be released in 2020. And it certainly can't be released last year. It has to be a release of this year, 2025. That is your whiskey of the year. And for some of you watching, we're going to give a huge roundup for all of my members. Thank you, all my members, for being here. Members, Ribicoo, you know what time it is? Win number one, yes. Manny, thank you so much for being here. Farm Kitty, and for all of you that are here and the members, don't forget to get the membership. There is a link in the chat room that you could get the membership. Click that link. You should be able to get a membership. If you get the membership, renew it. Please renew it. Every time you renew it, it changes your logo. And I will recommend some of you to renew it. You get to see those members-only content, morning content, afternoon content, and afternoon short videos sometimes I post up. Check that out. Don't forget to subscribe here in the corner. And for somebody watching, Reaper Crew, don't forget to hit the like button. All of you watching, huge shout outs to the USA, huge shout outs to the U.S. Marines, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force, and the U.S. Space Force, battling the aliens over there in the moon. Shout outs to all of you that are going to be rewatching this stream. Thank you, everybody that are rewatching the stream. Part of the stream also. Wigwag was one of the people in the chat room that really just enjoys the morning streams. I appreciate you. I'm also going to say, I appreciate you, each one of you. Smokey Barber was in the chat room. Sweet Leaf. Lissa was in the chat room. We also had Ron, and a couple other people in the chat room. For all of you, Sebastian, and a lot of DDLD was in the chat room. For all of you, look, thank you so much for being part of the streams and part of the channel. Subscribers, non-subscribers that have subscribed today, you guys are awesome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's time for me to officially tap out. We will be cooking later on to the main stream. It will be at 5 p.m. or 4:30, all right? Tune in for that stream. That's going to be the main stream. We're going to get a lot more people. And for somebody watching, this is a wrap. Reaper officially signing out. I'll see you all soon.